How many of you want a new job? How many of you are actively looking for a new job? How many of you understand that if you really want to get a raise, you need to quit and get a new job? We're going to talk about how folks should do it the right way with a CEO of Hemlane, Dana Dunford. How you doing, Dana?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, absolutely. I love these conversations that, basically bring our background, our experience from running teams, yourself running a company, and really just helping the audience understand how should somebody go look for a new job, kind of the right way and the wrong way. What do you think?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say, and just so you guys know my background, I recruit every day. I have at least one interview on my
Wow.
calendar for
Every
some
day.
position here at Hemlane.
Wow.
I think today I have seven.
Oh,
And
goodness
there's a
gracious.
huge difference between candidates. There's a huge difference between candidates. And what a company is looking for is someone who obviously can do the job, do it well, has some sort of autonomy where they're not asking a ton of questions. They can figure stuff out so they can problem solve. And that also they're going to be there for long term. You don't want someone who is there for 3 months or whatever and then it's going to jump ship, right? So you definitely want someone who's long term and you want to see that on their resume. What I have found, which is really interesting, is the best people like that are not searching for a job ever, right? They're in a
Mhm.
job and they're very happily employed. And you can see it on their LinkedIn. It's like they've been at one job for 4 or 5 years, the next job for 5, 6 years. They're moving up. It's like perfect. This person, no drama, stays at the company, loyal, great type of person I want to talk to. However, what I've noticed when I talk to those folks is some of them are not running a process. They're potentially interested in leaving their job and they say, oh, if an opportunity comes to me,
Right.
I will consider it. What that does is it's a huge disadvantage for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge disadvantage. If you take those interviews with recruiters or with someone internally at a company, like a CEO outreaches you or something like that, and you say, yeah, I would leave my job for the right job, that means actually you need to change your mindset and go out and recruit. And here is why. If you're in that position and just looking at, oh, maybe I'll take this job, maybe I'll take this job, then when an offer is presented to you, you have no idea one, is this a good offer? And two, I know beyond a reasonable doubt this is the team and the job for me. And so, a better way to go about it is if you say, I'm thinking I might potentially leave my job, you should be running a process. And what that process is going out there talking to a ton of different companies, understanding what is the going rate for my position and my skill set. What are people willing to pay me? And by the way, sometimes cash isn't the best thing. There's also equity, right? Balancing that. What stage of company should I look for? I mean, I've been at a Series B company. I've also been at a public company. What gets you up in the morning and what do you thrive at? Do you want a bigger corporate culture? Do you want a startup, chaotic type of culture? Like, what are you looking for from that perspective? Um, and if you run that process, then once you get an offer, you are going to know whether or not to take it. And it might be, hey, I got an offer from this company, but there's five other companies here
Hmm.
that I'm talking to, and I kind of jive with their culture a little bit more. Maybe I should hold off on that offer. But if you don't run a process and you wait for something to come into your lap, you might have a what if because you haven't looked at what else is out there and gone through it. And I think that's really important for folks to take because sometimes, I mean, for us as a company, the best is when someone says, I'm not actively recruiting, not
Hmm.
looking at any other jobs. But I do think on the flip side, you do want to run that process and make sure it's the right team for you.
Yeah. One of the things that not enough people do is have recruiters in their Rolodex,
Mhm.
right? When I was in the, in the W2 or the field, the last, I don't know, 8 to 10 years, I had two or three recruiters that I probably talked to once a quarter, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what's going on, who are the hot companies, what's this, what's that, the other thing, but probably had, I don't know, 10 maybe 11 or 12, kind of just that they were on the rotation. I don't think enough people have recruiters, numbers in their phone. And now you don't have to have recruiters in your phone when you're ready to leave. It's about being prepared and doing the work early, right? And
Yeah.
recruiters are a wealth of knowledge, right? What are people paying? What's the hot thing? What's this? What's that? The other. And again, recruiters, at least the good ones, they're in long-term relationships, right?
Yeah.
I've known recruiters who have like 100 contacts, and that's all they ever deal with because they know 5 people in that contact will change jobs that year, and they're just about taking care of them. So I would challenge most people, assuming you're, I don't know, 5 years in your career or more, you probably should take it as an opportunity to reach out to a recruiter just to introduce yourself. Now, recruiters often focus, right? I was obviously in enterprise sales, software sales. So it's a small niche, but go find a recruiter that focuses on your niche, engineering, project management, HR, whatever your thing is. Do yourself a favor and go meet 3 recruiters, virtually meet 3 recruiters.
Yeah, I think it's such a good point, the recruiter side, because we've worked with recruiters and they are good. They know everything from what is reasonable on the comp side. They're very good. They want quality, not quantity. Like the worst thing for them is to send me someone where I'm in an interview and 2 seconds later, I'm like, why did you send me this person?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
And so
not
they're,
talking to you again.
yeah, so they're going to be very good about making sure the job is right for you. And that personality wise, the best recruiters know personality and culture wise, you're going to fit into this culture. And this is a good one for you. And so I couldn't agree more on that, of talking to recruiters, and building up that Rolodex.
Yeah. And then the last thing I would tell a job searcher in this market is please do me a favor, run to something versus run from something. All of us should know by now, we're all adults. The grass is clearly not greener on the other side. It's just your warped mentality about thinking that this is bad. That's good. I'm going there. And it very, very rarely works that way. So run to something. Is it the opportunity? Is it growth? Is it an executive that you've always wanted to work with? Whatever it is, run to something, not from something.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. So Dana, if somebody wanted to reach out, look at your LinkedIn, right? Just Dana Dunford, CEO of Hemlane. That's if they wanted to check you out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do LinkedIn. Also, you can go to hemlane.com if you have any questions as well, related to real estate, at least property
Yeah,
management.
real estate pro. And again, folks, if you haven't taken the 14-day trial from Hemlane, I don't know what you're doing. She's gone ahead and created a PDF. It's in the free course and videos in the paid course. It's all there for you. If you want to be a landlord, practice, practice, practice. Dana, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.